Later we about to get into this. Jada Pinkett Smith pretty much comes in with her response. She really should have dropped a project. She should have dropped a 4-song EP roasting Chris Rock, like just hitting him with everything she got. But let's keep it a stack. When you're actually in the wrong, you really don't have much to say back. You can just hate and make fun of people, but you really don't have much to actually say. But let me get some water because it's about to get juicy, y'all. Jada Pinkett. Y'all remember when Jada Pinkett used to be like the move? Like she used to be like, she went from being like the black community's one of their sweethearts, you know, like Will Smith's girlfriend in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like Nia Long, like Miss Cosby, Miss Cosby, like the black sweethearts. And then she just threw it all away and she ruined Will. Like, dang, we loved Will. We loved Will. I used to love Will. Like, I'll be back, y'all. You know, I get emotional. Like, Will, like, she took Will from us. Like, she took Will from us, y'all. Come on. Jada, why? Get into this Will and Jada real quick. Shout out to all y'all too that showed love and liked the Chris Tucker first initial video talking about Will Smith and Meghan Markle. Shout out to y'all. Y'all showed that a lot of love. It got a lot of views. I really do appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? You guys rock with me, and I'm gonna keep rocking with y'all with this news. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be coming with it. Unedited, uncensored, unless YouTube doesn't like a word, then I'm probably not say it. So 2% censored, you feel me? Alright, now let's see. Make myself a little smaller. As y'all know, y'all not trying to see my big head. I already understand. Now it says here, Jada Pinkett Smith has no part in Will Smith's feud with Chris Rock. The comedian is obsessed with her. All right, Jada. Okay. Now it said, how did Jada Pinkett Smith respond to the Chris Rock Selective Outrage? As you guys know, his Netflix special was called Selective Outrage. Now it says Jada Pinkett Smith hasn't issued a statement in response to Selective Outrage, but sources close to her and her husband say they both want to put the attack behind them. And if you guys don't know much about media, this is essentially their statement before their statement. If you guys know what celebrities do a lot of times when they don't want to make statements in situations like this, direct statements, they'll put out a statement for the news channel and then all of them will eat it up. You'll know that it was actually eaten up and that it was official because multiple news channels will cover it. Multiple news channels will cover it, and they'll say that it came from a source from their camp or, you know, something like that. So it kind of lets you know kind of how the people are feeling, possibly. You know, you never really know until they come out and fully say something, nor can you really take that as law, you know, because it isn't technically from them, but it is a lot of things. Like, if people like the Kardashians do that all the time. Like, I'm not going to make a statement, but I want to push a narrative, so I'm going to say I kind of feel like this way, and then the news comes out and they will say sources from this person feel this type of way, you know? Now it says Jada had no part in all of this other than being heckled. An insider told People in an article published March 6, 2013. Chris is obsessed with her, and that's been going on for 30 years. Look where he chose to film his Netflix special, her hometown of Baltimore. Obsessed. Now, let me hit a sip before I get started. Y'all really think Chris Rock is obsessed with Jada Smith? Like, Chris Rock is not obsessed with Jada Smith. Like, no one is obsessed with Jada Smith. Like, maybe if you think back in the day, the only 10% of me that could possibly think this is possible is because, like I said before, Jada was kind of back in the day, you know, when she was not dating, but, you know, very friendly, best of friends, you know, with Tupac, you know, and everything like that. Then, you know, she was a high level commodity out here. He said August is obsessed with August Wesley. Well, shout out to my boy Wesley Pippen. You know what I'm saying? We call him Wesley Pippen, and you know he Pippen because you know he got the jumper. Shout out to Wesley. Wesley, tell him about your jumper. Tell him about your jumper, bro. You know what I'm saying? Wesley's he's a great guy. Great guy. Great man. Great man. August is not obsessed with Jada. I think August might be. I think now he's in a homosexual relationship. I want to say. I don't know if they're still together or anything like that. But that was the last thing I heard about him. Wesley, this shot wet. This Wesley. Wesley Pippin. But yeah, August Alsina. I think the last thing I heard about him was like it was in the same week, so I don't know if they were like promoting or trying to push some of his music, maybe the new single or anything like that. But it was like the same week or the same 2 weeks that Tory Lanez assaulted him, which not too much really came out with that with the news and everything like that. Was the same week that he had pretty much announced that he had a boyfriend and, you know, that he was kind of out here and everything like that. But we already know, yeah, August is definitely, was, Jada's, you know, entanglement. He was entangled with her. They were entangled. Like, they just got caught. Like, they were just walking down the street and then they just got caught up in some webs and then they were entangled with each other. Like, shout out there. Appreciate the like. Oh man, but you already know this is Chris Rock coming for his revenge. Like I always say, the last thing you want to mess with is not only a comedian. The last type of person you want to mess with is a OG comedian. They will tear you up. That's like if you know there's a kid in class that be joning on everybody, and if you guys don't know what joning is basically roasting or making fun of somebody. If you know there's the kid in the back of the class that be joning on everybody, why would you go up and mess with him? Cause he gonna start talking about your mama, he gonna start talking about your grandma, he gonna talk about your teeth, he gonna talk about your hairline, he gonna tear you up. Wesley, no, my boy Wesley will tell you. He will tear you up. So what do? You say, oh, no, I ain't going to mess with him. If I got jokes to make, I might have to make it on somebody else. But I'm not going to mess with him because I already know he going to come back 3 times as hard as I came back. This was not a game. You do not play with comedians, guys. Guys, don't play with comedians. Especially OGs. The Bernie Macs, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't play with them. Like, don't play with them. You know what I'm saying? The Kevin Harts, the Dave Chappelle's, the clapback. That's what I'm saying. The clapback is real life dangerous. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. Your woman gonna be looking at you like you just gonna take just how Jada was looking at Will. Oh, so you just gonna take that? Next thing you know, you in a fight. Now you in the back of a police car, all because you tried to defend your woman. Let me take a sip. Cause I wasn't even trying to talk about the Jaden Will Smith situation. I was just talking about what would happen if you mess with a comedian. Wow. It's crazy. We really cycled back. Actually, I'm gonna have to hit a little beer for this. Cheers, Wesley, if you got any drink. Shout out my boy Big Pippin. Big Pippin. And pimping. Now, let's see what's going on. All right, so it says, obviously, we already know Smith has repeatedly apologized for his behavior at the Oscars. March 27th, 2022. Cracking one now. Cheers, my guy. Cheers, my guy. And he shared his statement. Violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. True. To a degree, you know, sometimes you gotta hit a little slap box with your boy, you know, just to handle a little dispute real quick. Nothing violent though. Nothing too violent though, you know, just, you know, but definitely this type of, you know, walking up on stage and slapping a man like that is inexcusable. His behavior was unacceptable and inexcusable, like I said. Jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. Yes, the jokes hurt. That's kind of what makes the jokes. If you guys have ever been to a comedy show, especially an African-American comedy show, they gonna point you out. Wesley already know. Wesley gonna pull up. He gonna have him a nice little thing with him and everything like that. He gonna pull up to the Black Comedy Club And he already know, like, they gonna Joan on you. They gonna be pointing them out. They gonna be like, they gonna be like, why that white kid so fresh? Why he so fresh? Why he got the J's looking like? Why he got the J's like that? They gonna point because you gonna catch their eye. They gonna point you out and they gonna start coming at you. And it's gonna hurt. And they gonna come for your sensitive sides. But it's all gonna be love at the end. And that's the thing. It's all love at the end because it's all in comedy. Like that's the thing. It's not like Wesley already know. Like Wesley already know. It wouldn't be like he hates you. Like he got a problem with you. He just saw. Oh wow, that's somebody I should point out. We got the white dude in the black comedy club. He looking fresh. He got the J's on. Like, woo. Like, you know what I'm saying? He about to come at you. And he at the end of the day, really, if you catch your eye, if you catch the comedian's eye, sometimes that's a good thing. There either going to be two reasons the comedian catch you. Because you stand out because of a good reason, and that's why he looked at you, and now he got his sights on you, or because you ugly. It's going to be one of the two things. Like type, so it's not always even bad for a comedian to joan on you. Like your girl might just be looking good, and he saw your girl, and like some comedians really in a lot of these little spots, they be like, "Dang, the girl looking good." Like I'm about to just roast them down real quick. Exactly. If you can't laugh at yourself, you'll never make it. You'll never make it. Now let's see. I want to see how Jada feel. There we go. Here's the look at the slap. Look at the slap. Oh, look at his face. Y'all thought he was about to just take. Look at his face. Look at his picture. Y'all thought he was about to just take that and he's a comedian? Oh, y'all wild. Come on now. We gotta do better. We gotta do better. Come on, y'all. Now, let's see how Jada was feeling. Now it says for Jada's part, she's and you guys already know it also depends too on who does this article side with. Chris Rock does it side with Jada because you know the writer, that makes a big difference as to how it's perceived. So that's just one thing to take into consideration. Now it says for Jada's part, she's expressed her desire for the two men to reconcile. Of course you did. Your husband was the one that did the slapping. Like, I bet if your husband was the one that got slapped and you got embarrassed and everybody was talking about how your husband got slapped, I don't feel like you would be sitting there. You probably wouldn't be saying nothing. She'd be on the red table talk killing that man. Just like she killed her husband. We all saw that. So, Will, how did you feel about my entanglement? Come on now. Now, Pinkett Smith shared her thoughts about her husband's attack on Rock and made a mention of her alopecia. Yeah, I think I said that. Oh, no, I didn't. Alopecia. Sorry about that. You guys know the term from medical. There it says. From medical hair loss and can be caused by a wide variety of medical conditions. And I was talking to my boy earlier, and he was saying, he was like, nah, bro, like, you can't, like, talk about her man wife, like, when she got, a medical condition. I feel that, and I kind of understood where he was coming from. But at the same time, Will Smith did get up and, slap this man over this. So it's kind of like a... And then when you kind of hear the backstory, too, I hope it kind of gets into it. Then it kind of explains it a little bit more why Chris Rock would have did that. But also, too, if you guys have ever watched the Oscars, the best hosts are the ones that go in on people. And the things that, the jokes that will hit the hardest and things like this is you're really supposed to humble the people in the crowd. The person who goes to, like Jada, who literally boycotted the Oscars and everything like that because Will, I already got into it, because Will didn't win concussion, she boycotted the Oscars, pretty much talked trash about the Oscars, and then showed up at the Oscars. And they hired the comedian to humble the audience. You already have an audience of people with super egos, multi-millionaire actors, you know what I'm saying? Professional sports players, rappers at the top of their game, because they don't even like rappers in there. They be like, y'all too ratchet. Like, they don't even be having that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And everything like that. So it's not a good look. It's just not a good look. It's just a sticky situation. You got a black man over here hosting the Oscars and you go up and slap this man. Like, come on now. Yeah, come on now. Because he told a joke. Y'all handle that. Y'all got each other numbers too. Y'all got to handle that another type of way. Walking up and slapping. It's not the way to do it. Now, she said she then directly referred to her husband and Rock, urging them to reconcile. Now, about Oscar night, my deepest hope is that these two intelligent, capable men have an opportunity to heal, talk this out, and reconcile. And yeah, I think we all want that. I do think we all want that. But Jada, gotta show some accountability. Will thought the joke was funny. That's one thing we're missing too. Will thought the joke was funny. And if you guys remember the joke was a G.I. Jane joke who has short hair. A very powerful, strong woman with short hair. It wasn't even like I'm hating on you for your short hair. It was like, I'm comparing you to a strong woman with short hair because you have short hair. It wasn't even like a joke that was really meant to be. It was almost even a joke that some people could look at and see like, wow, that's almost to a way like a compliment. Like, not even, obviously you're not going to consider it a complete compliment. But the point is she was compared to G.I. Jane, a strong woman that has, you make the comparison. Strong woman with no hair, strong woman with no hair. That's where the joke lied. You know what I'm saying? And everything like that. It wasn't like he was coming at alopecia, people with alopecia, people who, don't have hair. And I don't even know if he knew, because a lot of people didn't know that. I didn't know that until this either. So, maybe he knew. He's worked in the industry, so we should assume that he knew, but come on now, Now, the state of the world today, we need them both, and we'll actually need one another more than ever. Until then, Will and I are continuing what to do. We have done for the last 28 years, and that's keep figuring this thing called life out together. Probably shouldn't be sleeping with your son's friend if you're trying to figure life out together. I'm just going to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, like, I don't know no parts of life that, I don't know no parts of life that involve that. If I feel like some part of my life involves me having a wife and sleeping with my daughter's friend, of course over age, then bro, I don't want no parts of that life. I don't want none of that. I don't want marriage. I don't want none of that. All that is wrong. Count me out. And if anybody has anything to do with that, I feel like they allowed to get roasted. Why are you allowed to do that? Think of how bad that sounded when I said it out loud. Why is Jada not getting that? What's wrong with Chris Rock for saying that? It's insane. It's insane. Now, of course, it says during Selective Outage, what the Netflix special is called, which is dropped on March 4th, 2023. He appeared to still harbor resentment for the Smith and the attack. Of course, if I got slapped like that on national TV, I would make a 4-video part series on a dude. Like, yeah, we about to roast, we about to go in. I'm making notes. I'm ready. I'm coming with my notepad. Now it said, titling the special in direct reference to Smith, Will Smith practices selective outrage. Years ago, his wife said I should quit the Oscars because her man didn't get nominated for concussion, like I was telling you guys. And then her husband effing gives me a concussion. Because what happened essentially was Jada was mad. Will didn't get an Oscar for concussion at the last Oscar. It might have been 2 Oscars. No, I think it was the last Oscar. So she literally was like, we're boycotting the Oscars because Will didn't get it. Chris Rock was either supposed to host it or had a part to play in it or something. And she really had the audacity to tell Chris Rock he shouldn't go to the Oscars because Will Smith didn't get an Oscar for concussion, which a lot of people said sucked. And I saw Concussion, and Concussion, actually, I thought it was decent. But notice how I said I thought it was decent. Movies that are decent do not win the Oscars. Movies that are decent do not win the Oscars. And I saw Concussion, so I know exactly what he's talking about. Concussion was alright. I'd watch it. I wouldn't pay for it. I would watch it here if it was there. And if it's not on the screen, then I really don't care. I don't have a desire to see Concussion again. Maybe if I got some family on there, maybe I throw Concussion on there because they'd be like, "Oh, that's that boy Will Smith." I'm sorry, aunts and grandmas and stuff. Oh, that's that boy Will Smith. I'm sorry, y'all. Much love, much love. Mwah. But let's continue here. Let's continue. Now he said, nobody is picking on this B. It's time he's spoken publicly about the incident, having dodged interviews and insisting he's no victim. He said he's no victim. He took that slap like a man and he handled it like a man. He stayed down till the come up, and now was his come up. A year later, on a Netflix special, doing what he does. And that's the thing too. If you just get on, let's say you get on Instagram and you just start roasting somebody because you mad, that's one thing. That's kind of a little bit more of hating because you mad because you got slapped. Your job is a comedian. His job, that's one thing I think people don't really acknowledge enough. This man's job is to be a comedian. He's supposed to pour his heart out into his work, and his work is to make jokes. He gets slapped. It's a very traumatic time in his life, and we don't think that he's going to make jokes? If he's not going to make jokes on his life, what do we really want? Like, what do we want? We want comedians that can't make jokes on their life experiences? I don't want that. Is that what woke culture is doing for us? Is that what woke culture? Is that the win? Like, you gotta think about it too, like woke culture, like where's the end? All right, so we gotta think about like what is the end game of woke culture? What do you guys see the world being like? Do you guys see it being better? You guys see it being worse? Like, are there going to be more families? Is business going to be ran better? Are people's lives genuinely going to be better? People are more depressed than ever. Families are more broken than ever. This woke culture, it's not working. It's just not working. And it's also because people are soft. And that's why they can't handle this. Now let's say, Will apologize to Chris and would like for Chris to let it go. Of course he wants Chris to let it go. Will has worked on himself and has been banned for the Oscars for 10 years. He feels like that's enough and wants Chris to move on and everyone else too. Of course he wants this. We're not worried about that. We're worried about the Jada, if there's any Jada in here. Now, and everything like that. Oh, there's Jada again. Look at her. You know, she reminds me of like the Wicked Witch of the West. Like, especially in that outfit. Like, I'm getting Wicked Witch of the West vibes. You know? And Jada, I'm sorry. Like, I want to love you. I used to love you back in the day. I thought you were great. And then you ruined Will. First you ruined Will. Then you embarrassed him on national television. And then he got embarrassed even more on national television. And I wanted Will to have a legacy, which he was going to have. He literally, did he win an Oscar? I think he won an Oscar that night. He did win an Oscar that night for the Serena and Venus Williams film, the tennis film. He won an Oscar that night, and his entire night was ruined all because of situation dealing with this, because this man could not take it anymore, getting clowned on about a situation that his wife put him through, and then interviewed him about his pain. Ruined one of my childhood stars. Now, is it all Jada's fault? Absolutely not. Will definitely bears a lot of responsibility. But Jada has to show some accountability, and how much accountability has Will's had to take it. He's been banned. He's been embarrassed in front of national TV. He's been embarrassed about his wife literally cheating on him with August Alsina. He's literally gotten embarrassed again by this comedy show. Jada has shown no accountability. When has Jada, for any of this, said, "I'm sorry"? We've heard Will apologize plenty of times. I don't know how many apologies from Will I can take anymore. I don't had enough. I feel like he done left letters in my mailbox trying to apologize to me just because he felt like he had to apologize. When has Jada ever apologized? All this we've been dealing with? All of these years. I can't remember one apology. It's a shame, y'all. This is what woke culture has. A lack of accountability and people eat it up. Had to hit some water with that. Come on now. Now, now they're saying, the G.I. Jane joke. They're talking about, Will Smith just smacked me and everything like that. Like, I think we're going to close here, but I think this was a real good conversation. I think that there was a lot of different, obviously there's a lot of different ways to think about it. You guys obviously see my opinion and everything like that. But for my guys who are on Will and Jada's side, my guys and gals, I want to hear what you guys have to say about it. I want to see what you guys think about it. Like, do you guys think it was too far? Chris Rock just took it too far, and like at that point it was too much, and it was just kind of war. I can understand if you feel that way and everything like that. If you guys feel like the Netflix comedy special was too late, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people, like my homie was telling me like it feels like, oh well, it's been way too late. Like, why you address it now? Whereas people like me kind of feel like, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's what you do. You hold it down. You figure it out. You said Jada took it too far. Pippin. Shout out Pippin. Yeah, Jada took it too far. I feel like Jada took it too far. And then she looked at Will. Will was laughing. Will was like, ha, ha, ha. Looked over. He knew he was about to go through it that night. He knew when he got back to the crib, Jada was about to be mad. You know what I'm saying? She was not going to cuddle him at night and watch a movie with him on Flicks. So then he was like, oh, nope, I got to slap this man or my night is over with. Like, so like he went up and he did what he felt he had to do. And I mean, I think it was wrong, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that. But guys, if you feel differently, definitely let me know in the comments like that. Also like and subscribe on the video, all that good stuff. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Shout out to Wesley, Pippin, and Drea for popping in here. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you, Wesley, for staying in here with me, bro. Like, you really wrote it out. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all got to get you a friend like Wesley Pippin. And if you need somebody on the court, you better get you a friend like Wesley Pippin, like Scottie Pippen. But I hope you guys all have a great night. Wesley, you definitely have a great night too. It's been a good stream. I appreciate all y'all, and I hope y'all have a great day. Let's sign up out of here. Love y'all.